Hello YouTube, my name is Mariah. If you've never been to my channel before, welcome. If you have, welcome back. And I don't know why whenever I record a video, my cat is really needy and annoying, so you might hear him. Anyways, I wanted to make this video today about Mother's Day. Today is Mother's Day, and this video can be watched, at any time, of course. Because the purpose of it is going to be really connecting to our collective mother, the mother of us all. I also apologize, I've got seasonal allergies, so if you hear me sniffling, I am sorry, but I wanted to record this anyways because I've been having the intuition for the past couple of days to make a video like this on Mother's Day, and I was like, you know what, I have a mother and a stepmother, and I love them both dearly, and I just kind of figured I would be doing stuff with them for the day, but for some reason or another, plans didn't work out. I'm gonna see them later, and to me, that is a sign that I need to follow my intuition and do this meditation video today. So I would like to just give you a little bit of background information about who I'm talking about, because this is who I connect everybody with in my meditations. But more recently I've been getting out into the community and finding that a lot of people are really enjoying the sustenance of connecting to Mother Earth in this way, and to knowing her dynamics and her story and how she came to be our Mother Earth in the first place. So I would like to just do, if you've been to my channel before, you've probably heard this story, so you can always skip ahead to the meditation, but I would still like to share it because it is lovely and not everybody knows it that will watch my video. So our Mother Earth, and this is the story has been a journey for me, slowly unfolding over the years, and I would just like to share kind of how I got there and how this story came up, and how I use it in my daily life, and now I feel it is my honor to share it. So I grew up in a Christian school, Christian family, who is not really Christian anymore, but that's fine. And so I, like many of you, have that same background, that kind of Abrahamic father in the sky who's judging you and is taking note of everything that you're doing and marking it against your good or whatever. That's how I grew up. That's how many of us grew up, and we get kind of used to the fact that somebody is always judging us and saying that we're going to suffer if we do something bad, and that is just a really good control mechanism. However, it's not true, and so there's many of us that grow up like this, and we think that that is what all higher power is, and then we tend to run away from it, which is kind of what I did, like many other people do. But I came full circle, really, back around to our Earth, and that's why I find this story so empowering, because I know that there's a lot of people with a similar background to me who are kind of running away from a higher power and are afraid of it, because we've been brought up with that we need to fear God, that fearing God is holy, and that's what makes us close to our Creator. But you have to think, if you create something, you don't want it to fear you. You want it to live the life that you intended for it. So that's why knowing that there is a different story with a different creator can be really beneficial and freeing for women. So after, rejecting Christianity and blah, 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 I eventually came around to the law of attraction, which many of us do. And especially here on YouTube, we find, oh, you can manifest all your problems away in 2 seconds and blah, blah, blah. And you know what? I did manifest a lot. And I would write stuff down, and I would find myself in the situations that I wrote down. And I just think that that is really powerful. But that was kind of my first instance of, oh, this is something that really works, instead of, me calling up Father God being like, hey, I would like for this to happen and blah, blah, blah. And then just feeling like I needed to suffer instead because of that, dynamic. So when I started to write stuff down and manifest and learn that that is a real way of getting what you want, I kept trying to figure out why. Like, why does my imagination and my participation in a future outcome actually influence the future outcome? Like, what is going on that, like, who's recording that and giving it back to me as feedback later when I've asked for it and to manifest at this time, and I thought, oh, maybe that is God. Maybe I just have the wrong idea about stuff. And I would follow these, LOA gurus and whatever. And they would just be like, oh, it's source. Oh, source is unknowable. And you can't figure it out. So don't even try and whatever. And I was like, okay, yeah, fine. Then on that journey, I eventually came to, understanding Gaia, and I found her in meditations and from other people in the community that weren't so much law of attraction, but were kind of more earth-based practices. Okay, so I started to get into that because I was like, earth is something that I can get behind, somebody that I can connect to, and we see it every day. Earth is always supporting us and giving us exactly what we need in a beautiful way every day. And so I started to connect more meaningfully to Gaia as a being in my meditations, and this is how, or why, I always go to the center of the earth, and then I guide you where we are guided to in my meditations. And in the beginning of my, like, developing a relationship with Gaia that was not just her to me, but also, two ways, I meditated with her for like every day for almost a year. And now it's just kind of like a mental thing where I know, okay, this is what I have to do to really connect and ground. Hey, I like, what's up? And so I connect with her. I am always connecting with her, especially as I'm going to sleep. I'm always like, Gaia, what do you want me to know? And I connect with her in meditations. I wouldn't say the meditations are every day anymore, but that knowing, that presence, that connection to her and to speak to her is every day. And it is so easy for me now. So as I continued down this path, Gaia was revealing more of herself to me through different authors, different texts, different streams of thought. And that is how I found Gnosticism. And that is also how I found Mr. John Lamb Lash, who has been incredibly instrumental, such a lovely man, to my journey in really unraveling Gaia, as well as Kaya Ra and the Sophia Code, and that together, those kind of ignited like Gaia fully revealing herself. And of course, this is unravels and unravels and unravels and unravels. And if you do want to know how to connect to Gaia-Sophia in like a specific way, I do have a video about it, because I remember she gave me like this visualization of a phoenix, a blue phoenix coming out of my third eye. And then from there, it was like, all I saw was Sophia, like everywhere. It was crazy. So once I had established that relationship with Gaia, I was able to understand, and I received dreams, I received amazing meditations, and understanding that there was so much more to her than just being the ground that we walk upon and the air that we breathe, as if that is not enough, So I learned the story about her and how she came to be. And that story, which I'm gonna sum up in a nutshell, I do have it in several other videos in longer versions, but just for the sake of it, keeping it kind of short today, even though I never can do that. Our Earth is the mother that created the human race. And once that kind of sinks in, it'll change your world. It really will. And, you know, long story short, our Milky Way has a core. This is our galaxy. It is our galactic core. And according to Gnostic traditions, this is called the pleroma, or the fullness. And I believe that so far it's only been John Lamb Lash to really connect that. I'm not exactly sure. This is the one where it can be a little fuzzy. However, in my own personal meditations, I found that connection to be instant and pretty accurate. And actually, you know what? Thinking about that, I've seen some Gnostic texts where they describe Sophia leaving the pleroma. So anyways, this has a location. It is the galactic core. And Sophia, or Sophia, I like to just call her Sophia to have a little difference from like the everyday name. Sophia is an aeon, and the aeons are these massive creator beings that live on the other side of the galactic core. So in the middle, they say we have a black hole. So it's through that boundary is where the aeons live. And for the sake of our story, it is most important for us to know Sophia, because she is the one who, with her male counterpart, designed the human race, the human genome. And this, if you want more information on this, please check out John Lamb Lash. His work is amazing. His book is amazing. He's got tons of content on YouTube and his website. And they are in the galactic core, and their job is just to make creations. They receive energy from this first generator, and then that goes out to the aeons, and the aeons do the creating. So Sophia and her male counterpart created the human race, the human genome. It was not like that they made like little humans. They made the nucleic acid packets, the DNA, all that stuff in little packets to be distributed throughout the universe. Hey, sorry, I should say galaxy. Universe kind of doesn't really mean anything. Yeah, my cat's being annoying again. So they were doing this, and for some reason, Sophia and her male counterpart, who JLL calls Thelete, and I like that name, so I'm just going to call him Thelete, they, for some reason, could not get humanity to survive in a beneficial way. It has seemed like they over-endowed us with genius, and it caused us to know, like, self-destruct. And I mean, if you have looked at human history at all, that shouldn't be a surprise to you. So Sophia, being the mother of us, she was concerned and she was worried, and she was like, oh, what can I do to help them? And just by nature of her being an aeon, a creative being, this thought of hers that she was making on her own caused her to fall from the galactic core into the Kanoma, our realm, beyond the galactic core, and she fell like a plume of lightning into her own experiment, you can call it that. And she fell without any warning, without any previous thought, and she was doing this without her male counterpart. So this is called her deficiency, that she would do this, and it was not on purpose, without her male counterpart. And because of that, as she was falling, she accidentally created this offshoot of this male deficiency that did not have the guidance of the male creator. And this is who the Gnostics call the demiurge. He has been known to say, I am the only God. There are no other gods before me. So you can identify that as whoever you want, but I mean, I think we know who that is. And so this being, this demiurge, was created without intention and by a full-on accident. And he is described in the Gnostic texts as a abortion, as a fetus, you know, just not very beautiful things. And Sophia knew this, and she saw him, and she tried to send him away. And she was like, okay, listen, you exist now. Here is your realm. Go here. I'm busy. Leave me alone. And she is still falling through the galaxy at this point, having accidentally created the demiurge. And because he came from her, he did have a little bit of her creative power. But because he was created without intention and is essentially an accident, he didn't really have the same kind of power or the same control or gusto that we have when we interact with everything around us, because we were intentionally designed to have agency, really. And so anyways, it is important to know that while Sophia is falling with the human genome attached to her, and this is, long story short, there's some more nuances in this kind of middle part of the story that I've explained in other videos. But if you would really love for me to explain it again, like, just let me know in the comments, and I definitely will. But anyways, she eventually finds a place to rest after having sheared the genome between male and female by accident, which left the male genome in the Orion star system. This sounds so crazy, but then when you start seeing so much Orion worship today having to do with men and in male dominated industries, it starts to make sense. Anyways, so she accidentally let go of the male aspect of the human genome in the Orion system, and she is continuing to fall and find the perfect spot for life, because she was thinking, okay, I am in this, you know, it's time for me to find somewhere to be. And just the sheer size of her is unimaginable to us. So she eventually found a spot close to Orion, relatively close to Orion, where she started to develop and pull in the moon and pull in the sun and become our planet Earth. Now, the demiurge and his race of archons saw this. They captured her in our solar system. So that's why the other planets don't have any life, because they are from Mr. Demiurge that cannot give life. He can only give curses and illusion, a lot of mimicry. So that is honestly like the shortest way that I can really say that story. And you know, you can find texts from, I love this because it's from Irenaeus, who is like a church father back in however long ago, and he has to refute Gnostic beliefs. But in doing so, he has to describe them. So there's a few of his texts that are saying the Aeon Sophia fell, and according to these Gnostic heretics that don't know anything, her tears became the salt water and her sweat became the sweet water, and her angst became mountains, and it just basically describes how the emotions of our creator goddess from our galactic core had eventually turned into our planet Earth. And this is why she is our Mother Earth, and this is why it is so important to connect to Gaia, because in a sense that we are lit up on the inside with light of the Holy Spirit, which is also Sophia, the Earth is lit up on the inside with her as well. So she walks in all beings, She is in all creatures. She is the infinite intelligence all around us. She is source. She is wisdom. She is that mover that allows the law of attraction or manifestation to really happen. Once you can kind of connect that, and you know that what is all around us actually is interacting with us and does have our awareness and is listening to us, then you can kind of put it together that, okay, so my first point of contact is the earth all around us. It is our breath that is her skin. It is the plants that give us beauty, and the light is her smile and her laughter. All of these things come from the goddess who fell and became our planet. Sorry, excuse me. So when that connects and we understand that the being who has told us that we're sinful for being born is actually just jealous of us, like you kind of go, oh, okay, yeah, that's why I don't like that guy. And honestly, like, no shade to anybody that believes in that. I honestly think that if you're really coming from a place of purity, then you are connecting to the right power. However, when you say that your God is a jealous God, like, that's not, I don't get behind that. You know, that's not something that I want in my plans, around my stuff, you know? So this is why our planet is so sacred and so special, because we are here as a result of an anomaly, and we are dealing with a bunch of issues as a result of another anomaly, aka the demiurge and his interference. But she is still our mother, and she's technically his mother, and the power of us comes from her, which comes from our earth. And when we fully know our earth as our mother, she can really unravel all these different questions that you have, and she can provide you with exactly what you need, and it will never come in a way that you expect it to, because she is the one bringing it to you. But I have tested and I have tried it a bajillion times, and for things that should probably not have happened in the way that they did. But whenever I connect to Gaia, and I connect with the goddesses, and I connect with the priestesses, it's like I understand why life is magical, and why the power of the mother is so intrinsic to us being here, and to us knowing why we're here, and why certain things are the way they are. Why when we're in the womb, we're all born, sorry, we're not born at that time, but when we start off in the womb, we are women. And why there is an intense jealousy or envy towards women. You know, it's kind of, once you learn the story, all those little pieces kind of go together. So I am going to do a little meditation. I'm going to call in and bring the attention of the goddesses, including Hathor. I have my little sistrum here. And whenever you shake this, whenever you have intention, especially with sound, of bringing the attention of the mother of the goddesses, it's almost like you realize that you had their attention the whole time. It's now you receiving it, and kind of, it's like, whenever I see it, it's like suddenly I turn it into a two-way street instead of a one-way, them observing me. It's like, oh, now once I acknowledge and I call, then it's like my observation is then engaging them in a way that allows us to tango, baby. Okay. Oops, sorry, that was loud. So if you've watched any of my meditations before, you know that I kind of just record myself doing it, and I am like so into it that my eyes kind of roll up and it looks really freaky. So I'm gonna put this timestamp there. And if you wanted to just start the meditation, great, we're starting now. And I would advise that you don't watch me, although you can do whatever you want, but I look kind of creepy when I do these meditations. So lay down, get comfortable. Doing this outside in nature is absolutely lovely. But if you're like me and sometimes you're just like, no, I need to do this here and now, then just lay down wherever you are, get comfortable, sit however you like to meditate. There is no right or wrong way other than you should just be comfortable and try not to be in a position where you know you're gonna have to like move around. But even if you do, just follow my voice. And if you go to sleep, that's great. All right, my foot's asleep. Okay, so I'm gonna start our meditation with some breathing. So I just want you to follow along with me. We're going to breathe deeply into our belly. And when we breathe in, I want you to do your best and make your belly very big when you breathe, okay? And we're gonna breathe in, hold, and release, okay? So breathing in for 1, 2, big belly, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, and release. Breathing in for 1, 2, big belly, 3, and hold, and release. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold, and release. Last one. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, big belly. Hold with the big belly into the lower lungs. And release. I ask that all of the beings that support us, all of the goddesses, I ask that Hathor, Isis, Gaia, Sophia, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, please be so present with us right now in a way that is undeniable, in a way that changes the lives of whoever takes the time to do this meditation. As you are comfortable now and relaxed, I just want you to notice that way, way, way above you, coming from the galactic core of our universe, of our galaxy, there is a beautiful pillar of white light. And just notice that as you observe this white light, it gets brighter. And as you observe it, you can see it coming all the way down from the sky above you, entering into the building where you are or the open space where you are. And just note that this white light enters into the crown of your head and it just feels so relaxing and it feels refreshing in a way that cleanses you of any thoughts that are not moving you forward. And just feel this beautiful white light continue down your head, the back of your skull, relaxing your neck, relaxing the front of your face, your jaw. Your tongue is relaxed in your mouth. And this white light continues down the front of your neck, relaxing these muscles. Continues to your shoulders, goes down your arms, your forearms, and this white light goes out of your hands, and you may notice that this white light seems to be extra electric here. And just allow that. You are an electric being. And just notice that this white light continues down your torso, down your back, relaxing your back, down your pelvic floor, relaxing any tension here. The white light continues down your legs, your knees, your calves and your shins. And just watch as the white light exits out of your feet. And just like the palms of your hands, these have kind of an extra output of energy here. And just note that now you are vibrating with this beautiful white light, and just notice that it is still coursing through you. This white light never leaves you. It can be observed to be brighter, but just note that it's always there. And as this white light exits your feet, you notice that you feel your energy refreshed in and of itself. And the white light continues down beneath you. Just watch with your awareness as the white light continues down into the ground, down into the earth beneath you, down through maybe layers that are colder, layers of dirt. Just watch how this light quickens and continues down, down through layers of rock and sediment, maybe passing through an underground lake. It continues down, all the way down, until finally your white light reaches the core of our earth. And just watch here with your awareness that your white light has grounded into a core crystal at the core of our planet. And just note that your light has connected to this beautiful rose quartz. And your awareness is now inside of this rose quartz, in the center of the earth, connected to your pillar of light. And just stay here for a moment in this beautiful rose quartz crystal. And you feel the ancient codes of love and beauty and care enter into every cell of your body. The waters of your body are vibrating with this rose quartz energy, and you may notice that you see a pink sheen in your skin, sort of sparkle. You may also see it as a glow. And just note how you feel this rose quartz is dislodging anything that may be in your chest that feels heavy, or in your upper back. And just allow the rose quartz to push out any grief, any frustration, any impatience, any feelings like you're doing too much but not enough at the same time. Just watch how those feelings seem to move out of this area of your chest, and you may see them as dark colors or shapes. And just notice that they're being coaxed out of your body. And as soon as they are, they just dissolve. And you can see them kind of sparkle away with the rose quartz. And just take a moment to say thank you to the rose quartz for just being beautiful and for assisting you. And as the rose quartz finishes up its work with you and dissolves anything remaining that is making you feel heavy or like you can't move forward, notice now that while you're inside the rose quartz, you see a beautiful door appear in front of you. It may be gold, it may just be diamond, it may be sparkly. But either way, the door is inviting you to walk through it. And as you feel ready, just open the door and take a step over the threshold. And another step. And notice now that you're in a giant cave. It's a beautiful cave, and you may notice that it's mostly dirt. And you may see flowers spreading around. You may see a garden here and there. You may hear birds. And just notice as you step into this cave, your feet are held by the dirt. It's almost like you feel that with every step that you take, there's a hand holding your foot in a way that supports you and moves you to the next step. As you walk a little bit further into the cave, I want you to notice that you see some movement a little bit further on. And just walk towards this movement. And maybe you start to hear sounds of people, of women, of shouting, of dancing. You may even hear a sistrum. And as you walk closer, you start to see that there is a circle of women dancing around a very large figure. And you hear the sistrum inviting you over. And you know the sound is invitational. You know the sound is welcoming you. And as you walk over, you notice that this circle of women, about 8 of them, when they see you walking over, they open the circle for you. They open the circle and they welcome you. And as you look around, you see the most beautiful women you've ever seen in your entire life. And they guide you towards the center of the circle where this giant being is. And as you get closer, you start to see that her skin is also made of dirt, like the cave. You start to see that she has growth on her body of flowers, of maybe moss, grass. You notice fruit dangling from her ears. You may notice birds in her hair. This is Mama Gaia. She may be blue, she may be green, but just notice that she is beholding you, and she has one of her giant arms outstretched towards you. And as you take her arm, you notice that you are now in the center of the circle with her, and the women all around are celebrating even more. You hear them get more frenzied and dancing even faster. You may hear them yelling, you may hear them singing. They may be singing your name or toning. And just notice now that Gaia has pulled you into her embrace. And you feel that same thing you felt when the earth was grabbing your feet and supporting you in every step. You feel her supporting you in every way in her embrace. And she wants you to know that every time you observe her, you strengthen the connection and you strengthen the synapses in your brain that allow you to see her. And she brings you around and kind of spins you around in the middle of the circle. And you feel all of the praise coming from all around you. She sort of stops you for a moment. And as she stops you, just notice that all of the women around you have stopped as well and put their palms towards you. And you notice that as Gaia is in front of you, she reaches to your heart center. And as she does, you notice that she sort of unlocks something here. You notice that there are vines coming from her, and they reach into you, into your heart center, and they kind of go and turn something in your heart. You may hear like a click. And as this is happening, you notice that all of the palms from all of the beautiful women around you are sending you an energy, a stabilizing energy of love, of care. And Gaia says to you, this is your connection with her. It was always there. It just had to be asserted by you. That is the beauty of where we are, who we are, and how we are. We can elect certain things to happen. And when you're in a space like this with Mother Gaia, you can transcend everything and go right to your source, because your source has been here the entire time. She is always speaking in your heart. And as this click happens, you notice that you start to see it's like Gaia shows you her inside. Just for a moment, she becomes kind of transparent. And you can see that there is a woman of light inside of her. And she motions to you. And you look down and you see that you're kind of transparent as well. And you see the same woman of light, of white light, dancing, always dancing inside of you, inside of Gaia. And you look around the circle and you can see this woman dancing and all of these beautiful women. This is Sophia. This is her in every being. We are her skin because we are in her dream for us materialized. And as this starts to take shape for you, I want you just to notice that because of this, there is support to you available so immediately that it's already inside of you. It is your intuition. Sophia is your intuition. She is that inner voice telling you to go this way or to talk to this person. Because she already has everything figured out for your highest good. Whatever you desire comes from your heart, which is her speaking. And the best way to engage with her is to celebrate. To celebrate mothers. To celebrate the connection we have to our great mother, which is her. And she shows up so presently as Gaia, as our soul, as the Holy Spirit. And just notice now that Gaia has kind of put you in front of her, facing the ladies in the circle. And just notice now that these aren't any regular ladies. These are priestesses and goddesses throughout history who have honored Gaia and known that Sophia animates us all. And that she is here so presently as our planet. Now she holds you in front of her. You might feel her hands on your shoulder, kind of presenting you. Just notice now that the women of these circles, of this circle, these goddesses, kind of line up in front of you. And notice now that the first woman to be so face to face with you is the beautiful Hathor. She is a powerhouse. You may feel that she is always vibrating. You may see her kind of dance even when she is standing still. And she wants you to know that there is nothing more powerful than love for your body and the body that supports you and the body that supports your body, the earth. And she wants you to know that in everything that you do, the more that you can connect to the beauty and the creativity of every moment, the more that every moment opens up for you. And she steps towards you and she gives you a necklace that is sort of like, it's got the same kind of beads, rings on it. She puts it around your neck. You can feel that they are gold and shiny and lovely, and every time you move, you kind of get that sound. She explains that sound is holy. That sound unlocks the codes that are within your body that connect to the planet as the goddess. And the more that we connect this way, the more that we can open up every moment and reveal its true potential. And this true potential is what the ancient Egyptians focused on, how they could astral travel, shape-shifting. There's all this magic that we can unlock when we understand the story of where we are and why it is so perfect and beautiful for exploring the most of ourselves. And Hathor steps away and reveals behind her is Isis, the beautiful Isis with long dark hair. And you may notice that she has these beautiful wings that just unfurled, and she sort of flaps her wings towards you so you feel the wind of her. And as you do, you hear that same sound from your necklace that Hathor gave you. And she wants you to know that in every instance, you are beheld by the mother who loves you in care and in beauty. And whenever we can observe her at the same time, we can enter into our full magic, our full power, because that power comes from power sharing with the goddess who created us. This is the power that brings life, that brings back to life, that gives life, that reassembles. And you'll notice now that Isis also has a gift for you. And she walks up to you, and you notice her open up her hands, and here you see the Ankh of life. And as she opens up her hands and you see the Ankh, just see how it floats up towards you. And this Ankh is energetic, and you just notice how it kind of enters in to your head and spins and spins and spins and spins and spins, and then travels down to your heart and spins, and down to your sacral and spins. And just watch as it floats back up to your heart and stays here. This is eternal life. And Isis steps back and she reveals the beautiful, beautiful Mother Mary. She is here for your every counsel, your every question, any need that you have, any emotion you can share with her, and she will keep it safe. She wants you to know that at any instance, the goddess is speaking to you and reveals the best way forward through your heart, the sacred heart. And she walks up to you, and her gift is a simple touch. She puts her palm to your heart, and in this touch you can feel your heart understand. And watch as she places her other palm on your head. And with this touch, your head understands, your brain understands. You can rationalize all of this in a way that might not seem rational. And that's okay, because this is beyond ration. This is beyond logic. This is truth. And you'll know truth by how it makes you feel. And Mother Mary steps away, and we see Mary Magdalene. Her beauty and her grace and her vivaciousness. Watch as she sort of dance up to you, and it makes you feel alive and free and taken care of. And her gift to you is a sacred anointing. She reaches into her beautiful little alabaster jar, and notice how she drips oil on your forehead, across your chest, at your sacral, and she anoints your feet and the palms of your hands. And she wants you to know that with this sacred oil of life, you are attuned to the resonance of beauty, of ease, of the goddess. Just notice now that she steps back, and you see behind all of them the same woman of light who was inside everybody, inside of you, inside of Gaia. This is Sophia fully revealing herself to you. And just notice how there is complete silence. And this woman of light walks up to you, and she says in a way that you hear internally. She says, she is your life. She is the dreamer of your reality. She is the one who makes manifest. She wants you to know that in everything she is there. You can interact with her in all things. In all ways, there is always Sophia listening. She is responding. And now that you can observe her, you enter into the relationship with her in a meaningful way. She wants you to know that she will never leave you. She is always with you. If you see her or not, she is there. She is inside of you as your soul, the Holy Spirit, your intuition, infinite intelligence. That's her. Her immediate presence is inside of you and all around you. She is pushed up against you at all times. And from the ground up, we connect with her. From the galactic core down, she has came here to be our setting. And that is the most beautiful thing of all. And just notice now that this woman of light kind of dematerializes into all of the beings that are here. You notice that she comes back in, and it's not that she ever left, but it is a reabsorption into your body, into Gaia's, into the bodies of the goddesses that are supporting you now. And just know that the most immediate presence of her, that is the easiest to connect with, is her material body that's supporting you, is the earth, is Gaia, your great mother. And on this Mother's Day, she wants you to know that she will never go anywhere. And she is always there to help you sort out the most wise solution, and that you can trust her to get it done. And this is what we must work on the most, is the trust that she is there, and you can test her. She wants you to understand and to know and to engage in a way that's meaningful. And with your awareness, I want you to ask Gaia-Sophia, please make me know you in a way that is undeniable, in a way that cuts down all of my fear and all of my unknowingness and all of my doubt that you actually exist. Please, Gaia-Sophia, show me today in a meaningful way everywhere that you are and how you make my life more beautiful every single day in every single way. Thank you. Thank you for being our setting. Thank you for nursing us to life. Thank you for endowing us with the ability to see you and to know you and to be with you. We behold and we are beholden by the goddess who created us at all times. With your awareness now, I just want you to notice that all of these beautiful ladies and Gaia are walking back with you now over to the rose quartz entrance from whence you came. And just notice now that you have this connection to all of these beings in a way that is unbreakable, in a way that you can call on them at any moment during the day. And if you need to really hear them, take a moment in meditation and they will come through, because sometimes the noise of everyday life is too much. But you can always, always, always connect with a tree to connect to Gaia immediately. Connect to your breath, connect to your heart, and she is there. And just notice now that they send you off with so much love, so much praise for you, so much care for you. You enter back into the rose quartz and notice that your white light is still anchored here. And you notice now that with the blessing of all of these beings all around you, you notice that this white light turns gold. And as you are in this beautiful rose quartz, just notice now that your golden pillar of light brings you back up and out of the cave, up through layers of rock and sediment, maybe an underground lake, all the way up, back into your body. And just notice that this gold light now has turned your body gold and goes gold all the way back up to the pleroma, the galactic core. And as you feel ready, just take a moment here. Feel gratitude, feel love, and know that this care for you is why you're here. It's why our Earth is here. It's why our planet is here. And that is dangerous information to people who don't want you to know that. But you are here because the goddess loved you so much. She became the setting for you to thrive in. And we're here to thrive. Thank you. Oh, bring your awareness back to your body. And we're back. Oh, I always cry whenever I do these. So that was cool. Whenever I do these meditations, like, some people think I'm reading from a script. I never know what's going to happen. All I know is I go through the white light. I ground you into a core crystal. I never know what kind of crystal it's going to be. But rose quartz seems fitting. And then whatever happens after that is literally just because I'm seeing it and describing it. And what's really cool is when people tell me that they see what's happening before I say it, and I love that. Also, if you don't know what an ankh is that Isis gave us, this is an ankh. It is gorgeous, and the way that I saw it, it kind of like, she like presented it, and it just kind of went like, whoop, and then just like spun around, like I can't really spin it, and then went down and then back up, and it just kind of rested here. So I hope this meditation reaches you, and I hope that Gaia reaches you. I hope Gaia-Sophia reaches you. And this is why I do it, because I know that this story has set me free in so many ways. And that's why I love sharing it. And whenever I'm in a time in my life where I don't know what's going on, I always, always, always come back to that cave in the center of the earth. And things just kind of work out after that. So that's the magic of our planet, baby. And that is also why I think they don't, like, Christianity wise, they just kind of skip over like why Earth is here. They're just like, oh, and then we created Earth and then it was just blah blah blah, because they don't know anything and they try to hide the story. So anyways, happy Mother's Day. I love you all very much. Let me know what you think of this meditation. Let me know if you do it. Let me know what you see. I love feedback on this kind of stuff. And I will see you next time when there is more beauty to enjoy between you and me every single day. I love you.